Alright guys, we are back on the trade front rumors for Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks. And as you can see by the thumbnail, it seems like Tobias Harris is the guy to talk about. So, according to SNY's Ian Beagle, the Knicks discussed the idea of trading Tobias Harris internally before their winning streak began. Now, as we all know, or at least Philly fans, of course, would know better than anyone else, they did struggle to trade Tobias Harris despite having that 5-year maximum contract with him. Now, just looking at his contract numbers, he's actually making more than both Joel Embiid and James Harden. He's making $37 million, actually about $37.5 million per year. And going into next season, 2023-2024, he's going to be at $39.2 million. So just based on what Joel's making now, which is around 33.5, and what James is making now at 33 million exact, it's pretty crazy that Tobias Harris is actually making more than both of them, and his numbers don't adequately reflect how much is being paid. I mean, guys like Tyrese Maxey, who are fantastic players, and I know he's still a rookie, this guy's only making $2.7 million a year, which is unreal. But regardless, of course, aside from the fact that the contract of his size doesn't really match his stats, Harris still makes Joel Embiid and James Harden and the rest of the team a pretty good team all around. Now, currently this year, he's averaging 16.7 points per game. He's averaging 1.2 steals per game. He has 2.8 assists and 6.2 rebounds per game. His shooting metrics after 34 minutes of play, he's at 49.3% from the field goal range and then 40.5% from three-point range. These are really, really solid numbers for a guy who maybe makes anywhere from, I'd say, 12 to 17 million a year. He's also shooting about 87% of his free throws. So, I mean, he's not bad. And I know he's taken on more of like a role player type vibe with the likes of Harden and Embiid being on the roster, but you can't tell me that Tyrese Maxey can still outperform Tobias Harris and make less money. I mean, that's just kind of wild. Now, as far as Tobias's contract, he does have it fully guaranteed going into next year. There's no player option or team option or qualifying offer. He really is going to make $37.5 million this year and then $39.2 million next year guaranteed. Now, the problem for the Knicks is that Harris kind of operates in a position where the Knicks are already kind of fully stocked. You know, on the Knicks side of things, they got RJ Barrett, they got Julius Randle. You know, for this forward type of player, I don't think Knicks even really necessarily need them, unless maybe in this trade you are giving up Julius Randle and RJ Barrett to replace for Tobias Harris. But if you look at the Knicks' history, they've been reluctant to ever include RJ Barrett in any trade deal. That includes the trade deal that they didn't go for on the Donovan Mitchell trade. And of course, Randle's deal is even longer than Tobias Harris's, and it's more expensive, surprisingly. So that wouldn't really work out. Now, it is possible that the New York Knicks' recent success has changed their attitude towards pursuing this deal with Tobias Harris. I believe the Knicks are now doing well enough to be selective about their trade targets. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think Harris makes little to no sense going to the New York Knicks. I think New York Knicks have a pretty decent team, but their real objectives should probably be to get rid of players like Evan Fournier. So I'm intrigued to see what happens. I personally don't think this is going to happen. There's always going to be a lot of trade rumors that are going on. And I'm sure that overall, you know, Philadelphia actually likes Tobias Harris. But when they kind of get off of his contract, not next year, but the year after, maybe they might have a chance of re-signing him at a lot lesser of a cost. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for listening.